I've told students if when they got out of school, they got a punch card with 20 punches on it, and that's all the investment decisions they got to make in their entire life, they would get very rich because they would think very hard about each one.
You look at a guy like Warren Buffett who bought his first stock at age 11, and it clicks. He wasn't just saving his pocket money, he was playing a completely different game from the start. You're doing everything you're supposed to do with your money. You skip the lattes, you dutifully track your spending, and you try to scrape together whatever's left at the end of the month. And yet, your net worth moves at the speed of a dead snail, right? The promotions come, the paychecks get a little bigger, but that quiet, nagging money stress, it never leaves. You're playing by the rules of a game you're destined to lose. But how do you become someone like Warren Buffett that made even his right-hand man Charlie Munger question his own self-worth and appreciate Warren for his intelligence?
In spite of being partners for so long, why is Warren so much richer than you?
Well, he got an earlier start. He was probably a little smarter. He works harder. There are not a lot of reasons.
What if I told you the rule book you were given was a complete work of fiction? A manual written for the masses to keep them running in place, comfortable, but never truly rich. The wealthy aren't playing this game. They're not getting ahead by cutting coupons. They're using a completely different playbook. One that's offensive, aggressive, and sometimes just a little bit sneaky. Forget everything you think you know. We're about to cover the 7 bone-chilling strategies the wealthy use to leave everyone else in the dust. This isn't about saving $5 on a coffee. This is about a complete and total rewire of your financial brain. Stick around, because after this, you'll never look at your paycheck the same way again and never question your life's choices. Strategy number 1. You need better systems.
I just read and read and read. I probably read 5 to 6 hours a day. I don't read as fast now as when I was younger.
The wealthiest people, like Warren Buffett, need discipline to contain themselves. They had already built systems that built their wealth automatically. Even Charlie Munger said a huge key to success is to avoid stupidity. Relying on willpower to manage your money is like trying to hold back a flood with a paper towel. It's exhausting, it's stupid, and it never works. Your brain is great at coming up with ideas, but it's a horrible filing cabinet. Trusting it to build your wealth is a guaranteed recipe for failure. The rich know this. They know discipline runs out. So they don't use it. They build unbreakable, automated systems that make building wealth the default setting. Their success isn't a daily struggle. It's the inevitable result of a system they built once and then walked away from. Pay yourself first isn't a cute catchphrase. It's a command executed by robots. Here's the move. Stop managing your money and start architecting its flow. Set up automated transfers that grab your money the second it hits your account, before your grubby little hands and an ego that isn't worth scrap can spend it. This money gets triaged automatically, some to an emergency fund, some straight into your investments, and maybe some into a new car so I can stop driving this rust bucket fund. You're tricking your own brain. It's called mental accounting, and it works. The hack is to make your wealth building invisible. Do it right now. Log into your bank and set up a recurring transfer for the day after payday. Send a chunk of your income, start with 5% if you're scared, but aim for 20% or more, to a completely separate brokerage account. This account doesn't pay bills, it doesn't cover your bar tab. This is your wealth engine. By taking yourself out of the equation, you eliminate the single biggest point of failure, which is your ego. Strategy number 2. Don't just make money, keep it.
If you get to be 65 or 70 and later, and the people that you want to have love you actually do love you, you're a success.
Warren Buffett has famously pointed out that he is often paid a lower effective tax rate than his secretary. For most people, taxes are that thing you cry about in April. You earn your money, the government takes a huge bite, and you live off the scraps. It's a fixed, unavoidable tragedy, like a Game of Thrones wedding. This passive attitude means you are voluntarily lighting a giant pile of your own money on fire every single year. The wealthy treat tax strategy like a competitive sport they play year-round. They get that it's not about what you make, it's about what you keep. They hunt for every single legal and ethical loophole to shrink their tax bill, because a dollar saved from taxes is another soldier in their investment army. One of their favorite weapons is tax loss harvesting. Sounds fancy, but it's brutally simple. It's so simple it's like eating a bowl of cereal in the morning. Got an investment that's a total dog? Sell it. take the loss. Now use that loss to cancel out the taxes on the gains from your winning investments. If your losses are bigger than your gains, you can even use up to $3,000 of it to lower your regular income tax. You're turning your losers into a tool that saves you cold, hard cash that you can swat on your haters' faces. Meanwhile, everyone else just stares at their bad investments, hoping they'll recover from the ditch they were never meant to drop in. Except they were. But here's a truly sneaky move. Got a stock that's gone to the moon? Don't sell it and donate the cash. If you do that, you'll pay a fortune in capital gains tax. Instead, donate the stock directly to charity. You potentially get a tax deduction for the full value of the stock, and you completely sidestep the capital gains tax. It's a brilliant way to do good while doing very, very well for yourself. This isn't tax evasion, it's tax efficiency. Strategy number 3. Rule of investing.
Let's say I had to buy these privately, like you buy a farm privately, like you buy an apartment house privately. They're investments.
Warren Buffett's first rule of investing is never lose money, and his second is never forget rule number 1. This isn't just about bad stock picks, it's about not losing your money to anything, including lawsuits. The average person's idea of financial protection is an emergency fund and a prayer. Their house, their savings, their investments, it's all sitting out in the open, held in their own name, like a juicy steak on a public sidewalk. In a world where people sue over everything, one bad day, a car wreck, a business deal gone sour, can detonate your entire life's work. The wealthy know that making money is only half the job. The other half is keeping it. They don't just own assets, they secure them in a financial fortress. They use legal structures to build a wall between their personal life and their money, making them an incredibly unattractive target for anyone looking for an easy payday. For the super rich, this means complicated trusts and partnerships. But you don't need to be a Rockefeller to do this. The most powerful tool for almost everyone is a revocable living trust. When you put your big assets, your house, your investment accounts, into a trust, you're moving them into a separate legal bunker. And here's why that's a total game changer. It lets your family skip probate court. Probate is the public, soul-crushing, and expensive legal circus that happens after you die. It can lock up your assets for years and let lawyers bleed your estate dry with fees. A trust bypasses all of that. Your assets pass to your heirs privately, quickly, and cleanly, exactly how you wanted. It's the difference between being a simple asset owner and a savvy steward of your family's future. Strategy number 4. Find new things to invest in. Warren Buffett didn't become a legend just by buying stocks you and I can find on Robinhood. He made his fortune by buying entire private companies like See's Candies and Dairy Queen. When you think investing, you think stocks, bonds, and funds. Your entire world is what's available on a public brokerage account. That's a great start, but you're basically fishing in a tiny, overcrowded pond while the rich are out on their private yacht hauling in whales from the deep ocean. The wealthy get wealthy by investing in things you can't find on the stock market. They're in private equity, buying into promising companies before they go public. They're in venture capital, funding the next big thing. They're in real estate syndications, pooling their money to buy massive apartment buildings or shopping centers. These investments often have nothing to do with the stock market's daily drama and have the potential for returns that make the S&P 500 look adorable. You're probably thinking, great, another thing only rich people can do. But the walls are coming down. Crowdfunding platforms are opening up some of these deals to regular investors. You can also buy gold in some places of the world and it will keep on increasing in value. This is how the rich turbocharge their retirement accounts. It's more work, sure, but it unlocks a universe of opportunities that 95% of people don't even know exists. Strategy number 5. Passive income. Warren Buffett famously said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." The average person's plan to make more money is just sad. They wait for that 3% annual raise that doesn't even beat inflation, cross their fingers for a promotion, or trade their last few free hours for a side gig that pays a fixed wage. Their income is always capped by time. The wealthy think about income completely differently. They build scalable income streams that make money while they sleep. This is why so many of them own businesses. But you don't have to quit your job and start the next Google or Facebook like Mark Zingerberger. Think about side hustles you can build once and sell 1,000 times. Stop thinking about driving for Uber and start thinking about creating an online course or writing an ebook. That's scale, but it's not just about earning more, it's about spending less strategically. Here's a killer hack. Once a year, systematically go to war with your recurring bills. Your car insurance, your internet, your cell phone, all of them. Most people just accept the slow price creep year after year, not you. Set a calendar reminder. Call every single provider and use this script. Hi, I've been a customer for an X amount of years and my bill is too high. I need a better rate. What can you do for me? Be nice, but don't back down. Half the time, they'll find a loyalty discount out of thin air. If they refuse, say the magic words. I'd like to speak to your customer retention department. That's where the gatekeepers of the good deals live. If they still won't play ball, be ready to actually leave. This annual ritual is a tax-free raise you give yourself for a few hours of work. Strategy number 6. Use debt to skyrocket income. Warren Buffett built the Berkshire Hathaway empire using float, the premiums collected by his insurance companies, which is essentially a massive interest-free loan from his policyholders. You've been brainwashed. From childhood, you were taught that all debt is evil. Pay it off, run from it, never use it. This advice keeps people safe from credit card hell, but it also blinds them to one of the most powerful wealth-building tools on the planet: leverage. The rich know there are two kinds of debt. There's bad debt, which is borrowing money for crap that loses value. A credit card fund vacation, a loan for a car you can't afford, a chick you can't possibly afford. This debt makes you poor. The wealthy avoid it like the plague. And then there's good debt. This is borrowing money to buy an asset that makes you more money, like a loan to expand a profitable business. You're using the bank's money to get rich. Put down $100K on a $500K property that goes up 5% in a year, and your equity just grew by $25K. That's a 25% return on your money. That is the magic of leverage. This requires serious discipline, and a lot of it. So leverage loans efficiently and wisely. Strategy number 7. Measure your progress. Warren Buffett has called accounting the language of business and says you have to understand it to win. The average person's financial plan is set it and forget it, which usually turns into set it and neglect it. They operate on a vague feeling of, I'm probably doing okay. Their financial life is reactive. They only pay attention when the house is on fire or when there's an apocalypse going on. The rich treat their finances like a business, and any good CEO knows what gets measured gets managed. They are proactive. They have regular, mandatory meetings to review their financial empire. Your mission is to do the same. Schedule a monthly money meeting, even if it's just with yourself and a fly in the house. Put it in your calendar. For 30 minutes, you are the CEO of You, Inc., and that fly is the manager. You review your goals, your spending, your investment performance, and any big decisions on the horizon. This isn't about shaming yourself for buying too much takeout, it's about a high-level strategic review to make sure you're on course. And the ultimate hack to make this work? Track one number above all others: your net worth. Assets minus liabilities. That's it. That's your score. Use a spreadsheet or an app and update it every single month. Watching that number go up is the most addictive and motivating game you will ever play. It forces you to ask the right questions. Why did it go down? Oh, the market dipped. Why did it go up? Oh, my debt is shrinking and my investments are growing. It provides the brutal clarity you need to make the thousands of small choices that lead to freedom. So there you have it, the 7 hacks that will get you in the top 5% of the wealthiest people. So which method have you already implemented? Comment below and do let me know if you found this information helpful. Watch more game-changing videos on becoming a billionaire and hit subscribe to fuel your journey with elite-level strategies to attract unstoppable wealth. Like and share this content with your friends and family.